2024. It is the climactic day of track and field action at the Paris Olympics, the games of the 33rd Olympiad, and Nationwide's crack team assembles for the last time to describe the action for you and to put some perspective into what you are enjoying visually and from the audio perspective. My name is George Davis, and I have a team of Juliet Cuthbert Flynn, Raymond Casey Graham, Trevor T.C. Campbell, and the pint-sized dynamo, Michael Carr. Good morning, team. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I used to say good morning.
I know why you say good morning.
Pint
size?
Yeah, he's in pint-sized?
Very short. That's what you mean. You understand? That's everything to you.
Oh, you love beat up Mike is one.
He's a slow learner.
You know
man.
what I'm happy for?
What you happy for?
I can create a topic for discussion.
Yeah, that's all right.
Man full of lyrics. How are you today, Juliet?
I am wonderful. I'm great.
Yeah. Let me go again. Let me see if I can hear you properly.
I'm wonderful.
No, your mic seems to be not cooperating.
What do you guys do to me now?
Maybe it needs an unplugged plug. So we're going to get that done. Meanwhile, the men's 800 meters final is on track, and we have 8 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, 8 of them. Quickly, before we go across to the commentator, can anybody stop the Algerian Sejati in this event, Casey?
No, he's going to win easily. He's going to run about 140.9 in that region.
But if 140.
I mean 140.9.
Oh, because 140.9 is a world record.
Yeah, 141.
He says he wants the record, Juliet.
141.9.
It's your fast I turned and looked at you.
Exactly.
Yeah. But he can run. He's good. He's that good.
Yeah.
He can go close to the world record.
All right.
He's very
We
good.
would like that. We would like to see something close to the world record. But 141.
Yeah,
is something
141.
That I would
could
be
run.
looking for in an Olympic
He
Games.
should be 141 to 1.
Listen to me. You know, you're on the circuit. You're running 140 to 143.
Yeah.
This is the Olympic Games.
But he has done 141 this season twice.
Well, you know what? Let's see. Let's go across to the commentary, and then we can do the post analysis of this race. So 8 men. The Algerian is the howling favorite.
The world record is 1 minute 40.91 seconds, set by David Rudisha in 2012.
Or who else was the certainty? There was another one, Sydney and who? Paulino. Yes. Apart from those two, everybody else has to gamble and hope that their number comes up trumps. Well, Emmanuel Wanyoni, the Kenyan, 141.19. It's a personal best. He's 20 years old, only 5 foot 7 inches tall, from Kapretwa village in Saboti in Kenya. and he lands the gamble. No doubt, if you check with the bookmakers, it will be at decent odds. A personal best, 141.19. The early pace, Juliet Cuthbert Flynn, 50.2 for the first 400. Seems to have fried the favorite, Sejati, who never got within striking distance of gold.
But when you look, Sejati, I don't know, tactically, I don't
Bad
know.
race.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know if he ran a good race tactically. He was in the back. You
Yep.
don't do that. This
Yep.
is the Olympic Games.
Yep.
You can't be in the back at the first 400 meters if you want to be
Too much work to do.
Too much work to do, and he had to work. We see him working at the last about 80 meters. That is when he actually started to do some
Yeah.
work, the last 80 meters of the race, to get a third place position. But you know what? I'm happy for the time. The time was 1:41.19, and that's a credible time for the Olympic Games. The second place runner,
141.20 era record.
era record. But again, is he a Nigerian?
He's a Canadian, but he's one of those Canadians.
Right.
Marco
But,
Arop, yeah.
But from Canada getting that silver medal. A pretty good race. I'm pleased with the results.
In point of fact, Juliet, you asked the question. Marco Arop was born in Khartoum in Sudan, and of course he lives in
Sudan.
Edmonton. So he is a Canadian via Sudan. 6'4" He's 25 years old. Yeah. So second for him in an area record, a 140 in a area record, 141.20 for the Canadian Marco Arop, and then the big favorite, one of the biggest favorites of these games, Djamel Sejati from Algeria, 141.50. Not a personal best, well off. He did not run his race. Tactically, Casey, how could Sejati have gotten it so wrong?
We have seen the trainers continue at this Olympic. We started in the 1500 meter. That favorite went out too fast.
You mean Ingebrigtsen?
Right.
Yes.
This time, this favorite went out too slow. So it's just a trainer that has been going on. This is, you said earlier, you can't bet on this one. This Olympic, except for Sydney, I think.
Yes, and Paulino.
I wouldn't say Paulino, I said Sydney.
Sydney, okay.
Yes, Sydney was the biggest favorite at this Olympic.
Yes.
Because everybody thought Nikita Price would have, before coming to the Olympics,
Yes.
she was a favorite.
Yes.
But I think, as Juliet said, he waited too long. You can't wait so long. And these Africans are very, very good. And he waited too long in that pack. And when he tried to kick, it was too late. But this is good for the Olympics. When you have different people winning who are not favorite, it shows that everybody's working hard.
The first 400 TC was brutal, and if you weren't right on the shoulder of the pace, you'd have a hard time making up the ground, and Sejati could not make up the ground because the leaders did not fold as he perhaps expected them to.
Misjudged the race completely. Let the front runners get too far ahead of him. And, air up. I like the way he goes about his business. Very positive. Isn't afraid to challenge and run from the front. The favorite, again, just ran a bad race.
He'll not be sleeping comfortably tonight, Mikey Carr, because he'll believe Sejati that he threw away a gold medal with bad tactics.
Yes, but we are not sure if it's just tactics alone. We don't know what's happening to the body, probably because with the COVID so rampant there, we don't know what's happening.
Good
with
point.
them, but
even so, Mikey, in the
even
running of the
so,
race, he didn't give himself
he
a
didn't-
chance
exactly.
to get the maximum placing, I don't believe.
True. But congratulations to the winner. And for a 20-year-old to be coming and winning the 800 at the Olympic Games, wow, awesome future ahead of him.
Good time, 141.
141.19.
19.
19.
Yep.
Right? Big future ahead of him.
Yep. Emmanuel Wanyoni, as they would say, remember the name. Marco Arop also remember that name. And Djamel Sejati, who was the dominant 800 meters man all season long and looked peerless in the preliminaries and said he was going to break David Rudisha's record today. Well, he ran 141.50 and that was good enough only for third.
Sometimes
the
when
bronze
you
medal.
do more talking on the track and
Yeah, man.
less with your mouth, you fear of much better.
But you notice the people who've spoken the most at these Olympics, apart from Lyles, who got the 100 on the line in a photo finish, the talkers have genuinely not succeeded. Yeah,
Exactly.
and Sydney doesn't say a word, so she wouldn't be accused of talking too much. Yeah, Bryce Hoppel from the United States was fourth in a national record. Are you telling me that no U.S. man has ever run faster than 141.67 in the 800 meters? If you had asked me that before, I'd have come up with several names. Bernard Lagat never ran one faster than 141.67. I must be losing my mind. Anyway, Bryce Hoppel, the computer doesn't lie. It says 141.67 is a U.S. national record for 800. He got fourth. Mohamed Atawi, he from Spain, he got 142.08. Well, he finished in 142.08 for fifth. Gabriel Toual from France, he finished sixth, 142.14. Tissa Shepisa Masalela from Botswana, 142.82, a personal best. And Max Bergen, the Brit, he came home last in 143.84. On track now is the Jamaican Romain Beckford, who is attempting 2.22 meters in the high jump. And we're going to tell you how he gets on. 2.22 meters is the height in front of him. He bounds in, flicks comfortably over for Romain Beckford, and he looks as if they go to 225, if they lift it to 225, on the strength of this jump, looks as if 225 will not be a barrier too far for him. So Romain Beckford going well for Jamaica on this final day. He failed it at his first attempt at 222, and he clears on his second attempt. All right, so what we have ahead of us today, as we noted to you, that a high jump final, we can tell you that at this stage, Romain Beckford, he is, well, they have the height as high as 234. So if it gets really competitive, the man who will win gold will have to go over 234 in this final field of 12. Final field, there's 11 left because the Italian, let's see if he can clear this. Nope. So Tamberi, Gianmarco Tamberi, his Olympics are over because he couldn't clear 2.22, 2 attempts, and he knocked it off with his calf. He has
another favorite.
And that's the point I was going to make.
Because the guy from Qatar,
Barshim, yes,
he came here with some doubt because the last Diamond League he warmed up and then he had to leave that year. I couldn't compete.
But Juliet, you and I saw him in the preliminaries.
Right.
Every time he jumped, he was grabbing his left calf.
Yes.
Holding his calf, so we're not sure what's going on with him.
As my grandmother saying, piece, but he's still alive in the competition.
Yeah.
All right. So the field, all these men have cleared, have had attempts at the two heights, 2.17 the opening height, and then 2.22. Beckford cleared 2.17 on his first jump. Then he moved to 2.2, failed on the first jump, cleared it on the second. So he is now setting his mind on 2.27. Already the field is stringing out because they've dropped Gianmarco Tamberi from the field. So the men's 800 final is history, won by the Kenyan Emmanuel Wanyoni in 141.19, a personal best. Marco Arup, the Canadian, second in 141.20, area record. And Djamel Sajati from Algeria, bronze in 141.50. The men's javelin throw final has no Jamaican in it, but it's a competition we'll keep our eye on. And then the women's 100 meters hurdles final is the one that we are very interested in because there's a Jamaican on the outside, Akira Nugent, 3 Americans in the field. I'll give you the lane assignments in short order. But Tamberi, this is his last effort at 222. Last effort at 222. 3, and he's gone. So he's asked the crowd for maximum assistance. Took some time asking the crowd to help him. And I'm sure he's asking for some divine assistance as he saunters up. Into his run-up now comes Tamberi. Can he clear 222? Yes, he does on the last attempt. And he roars. Gianmarco Tamberi. And he will live to fight for another height at these Olympic Games. The men's 5,000 meters final also to come. And the women's 100 meters final now. The lane assignments, lane draw. In lane 2, Serena Samba Mayela from France. Then in lane 3, Nadine Visser from the Netherlands. Lane 4, the woman who Casey Graham has been talking about all week long. He was talking about on the bus going to Montego Bay yesterday. He was talking about her on the bus coming back. Grace Stark, Grace Stark, Grace Stark. If Grace Stark doesn't win, I don't know what Casey Graham will do with himself. She is in lane 4. In lane 5, Masai Russell from the United States. Lane 6, Alicia Johnson from the United States. So the Americans are in lanes 4, 5, and 6. In lane 7, the woman who I've told them, and Trevor T.C. Campbell agrees with me, anything that beats Jasmine Camacho Quinn will win this event. She is in lane 7, the Puerto Rican, defending champion from Tokyo. Lane 8, the tough Bahamian, very consistent, very genuine and game, is Devin Charlton out in lane 8, the Bahamian. And in lane 9, we have Akira Nugent carrying the colours, or wearing the colours rather, of the black, green and gold, and carrying Jamaican's hope on this Saturday. May I ask for some early comments on this 100 meters hurdles field? Mikey, if I come to you first. Akira Nugent out there in lane 9, a season's best time of 12:28. In this final, the only woman who's gone faster than 12:28 this year is Masai Russell at 12:25. Should Akira Nugent come to the start line and feel like she can win gold?
She has the potential to get on the podium. To get the gold, she'll have to beat Camacho Quinn, as far as I'm concerned. But she has the potential to, based on the time she has done for the season so far, she has the potential to get on the podium. But I too believe that Camacho Quinn, the defending champion, basically, this is a champion that will prevail.
TC, we agree.
And
that
one more thing, she's now out in lane 9 or lane 8.
Nugent is in lane 9.
She's in her own zone. She don't have to worry about who's around her right now.
Yes.
She just need to go out and execute her race the way she can, because she has done it before. So just do her thing, and she's not under any great pressure like those in the middle.
Yes.
So she's in her own zone. She can do it.
TC, Jasmine Camacho Quinn, technically perfect. Looks like she has gears when she's in the zone. She looks to be in the zone at these Paris Games.
Yeah, she seemed to be very, very sharp, and I believe that she'd be followed by, well, there are some 4 candidates, but I believe when you look at what has happened over the season, I think Stark has a chance, Russell has a chance, Charlton has a chance, Nugent will have to run very hard, but to summarize all of that, I think it's going to be Stark, Russell following Camacho Quinn.
KC, Grace Stark, you say, is awesome from lane 4, but we are raising you Jasmine Camacho Quinn.
Jasmine is a defending champion. She has peaked at the right time. Grace Stark, I think she is the least of the USA athlete. She came third at the trials. She is in the best form of all 3. I saw her at the last ATL meet. She looked good when she defeated people like Masai Russell and Amusan. I think she could be the one. If we know that Camacho, she has been at the last 3 global meets. She has won medal. She won at Tokyo. She came 3rd in Eugene, and she came 2nd last year when she was upstaged by Daniel Williams. It's a tough one. I think this is the toughest event on the program. Toughest. But I think Akira, she is the 2nd in the world, the lane 9, although she will by herself. Too much speed in the middle. Those speed will kill her. She didn't look like a 12.28 girl in the semi. She looked a little bit off. Masai Russell also world leader. She didn't look a bit. She was beaten also in the semi. I think the gold and silver will be between the Puerto Rican and Grace Stark, and I will give Grace Stark a slight edge to get over Camacho Quinn with Alicia Johnson coming in 3rd.
Juliet Camacho Quinn reported in Tokyo and uncorked an Olympic record to win gold. She had some problems between Tokyo and now. Looked a little bit shaky for parts. Her best form eluded her, but she appears, Juliet, to be back in that zone. Can anything beat her in this field if the athletes run and suffer no mishaps?
You know, I that's who I'm rooting for. Camacho Quinn is who I'm rooting for. Amberson, she's out. You know, it was good to see her coming back this season and looking fit near the end, coming to, into the Olympic Games. The Americans, of course, we saw how they ran at their trials. I think Nugent, let's talk about our girl. She looked really good at the Jamaica trials, running a superb time. Not sure what happened between then and now. Not looking as sharp as I wanted her to look, or all we wanted her to look coming into the Olympic Games. But I think with Ambasam out, I think Camacho Quinn looks the best. As you said, you know, speed in the middle.
Yes.
Is going to be everything.
Yeah, and there's a lot of speed
in the middle.
in the
And there's a
middle.
lot of speed in the middle. But I'm still going to go with Quinn, Camacho Quinn, for the win. And the Americans, Stark and
Johnson or Masai Russell?
you know, probably I would say Johnson. Yeah.
Casey,
Just looking at the Heats and the semifinal.
Yeah.
I think that those are my three.
Casey, if I say to you that Devin Charlton is the best finisher in this race, would you disagree?
Yes, she's the
She's
best
the best
starter.
starter.
Best starter. Oh, wait.
She
She's
will
the best
start.
starter, 'cause
So she's
really
gonna
good
get-
in this
she's
season.
gonna- right.
Yeah, she's
Indoor
the world indoor
champion.
champion.
Yes.
And for the first 5-6, she'll be going.
A
She'll
men's
be going,
starter,
right.
sorry.
I
You,
think
of course you know that, yeah.
In the last stage,
Yeah.
She's going to
she's
fade.
she's gonna fall.
She's
Yes.
gonna fade.
Yes.
This field is too much.
It's
too
too
much
quick.
quality.
And
too
Nugent
much
just pretty
quality.
quick out of the blocks also.
Yeah.
She didn't
Yeah.
look, she didn't
Having
look
a
quick.
sprint
she's
in
able to
background.
stay.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
able to actually control
But
it.
Nugent did not, as Julia said, she's not the same Nugent we
Yeah.
saw at the trials.
Yeah.
She's not in that 12.2, 12.3
Yeah.
form. She look a little bit off.
Akira Nugent, though, the youngest in this field at 22 years old. The leading lights, Camacho Quinn at 27, in her prime, as I heard, like it has to be said. Nugent not at prime yet, but her potential is immense.
I think she'll
And
get fourth or fifth.
she's going to run well, I think, from that outside lane. All right. So the women are marching out. They're being announced by the stadium announcer. Let me just remind you that, here's Akira Nugent now coming out. Her time coming into this final, 12:44, but the season's best, personal best, same, 12:28. Devin Charlton, her personal best is 12:44. Her season's best, 12:49. Commander Quinn, personal best, that Olympic record in Tokyo, absolutely superb run at 12:26. Her season's best, 12:35. Alicia Johnson, the American, 12:31, both the season's best and personal best. Same story for Masai Russell, 12:25, her season's best and personal best. Grace Stark, the third American, 12:31. Both seasons and personal best. And Nadine Visser from the Netherlands, 12:36, season's best and personal best. 12:31 is the season's best and personal best for the woman running out of lane 2, Serena Samba Mayela of France. So 3 Americans, 1 French woman, a Dutch woman, a Puerto Rican, a Bahamian, and a Jamaican. Mix it all up.
Diversity.
And you're
And,
gonna
and
get
Jack, we have not said anything about the home girl.
yes, the
At
Samba
one
Mayela.
stage, she was a world leader.
Yes.
And at home, she'll be very confident.
Yes.
So she wants to be in the mix. So, she has an outside shot.
Here she comes, as if on cue, walking out, blowing a kiss to the crowd. Serena Samba Mayela with the lovely hairstyle and the red ribbon to go with her outfit, and the French crowd roars as she enters. But here comes the big woman, Jasmine Camacho Quinn, absolutely superb. Tokyo, she took Tokyo by storm and created history for Puerto Rico in that Olympic Games, and she's coming to add to her superb legacy. At her best, at her very best, I don't think there's a sprint hurdler among the women who can touch her. It's just as if she reports in tip-top shape. Let's go across to our commentators for this women's 100 meters hurdles final. One Jamaican, Akira Nugent, is in the race. Medal 12.33 seconds, 12.33. The Frenchwoman thought she had gotten it for a moment, Serena Samba Mayela, at 12.34. Then Jasmine Camacho Quinn, the defending champion, relegated to bronze, 12.36. So gold 12.33, silver 12.34, bronze 12.36. Away, a cigarette paper separating these three women, Casey Graham.
George, as we said, this event, if you run it tomorrow, we have three
Different
different
results.
Results.
medalists.
Yes.
This is this event. So if
Yeah.
anybody call anybody, I wouldn't chastise them.
Yes, sir.
This event, hard to call. And Samba nearly took it.
Yes, sir.
And I said at home, she's dangerous.
The Jamaican did not finish for the record. Akira Nugent
I
did
told
not
her
finish.
something was wrong, George.
Yep.
I saw her in the tour round. She didn't look herself.
Yeah, man, she finished 14-11.
What a race.
Well, it says DNF right here, so she didn't complete the event at all.
George, this one, Masai Russell, she's our leader. She of the three Americans, she looked
Yes,
the least
Russell
fancy.
did look.
Yeah,
Yeah.
coming in.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
even Alicia Johnson looked better than her.
Johnson looked really good.
In the semi-final, Masai Russell didn't look herself.
Yes.
But Grace Stark did not produce what we expect from her.
Yeah, down the track, 12:43,
But I'm
yeah.
not surprised that, anybody call this race and did not get it. You cannot say, boy, tough. This is the hardest event to call at the Olympics. Very hard.
Hurdles
At
is always
anybody
difficult.
can win.
Hurdles-
Nugent slammed the first hurdle, and that was her race right there. Then she
Fourth
clipped.
and-
She clipped
and
all
then
of them.
and yeah, she ran outside
Yeah,
of the
she ran
off the
outside,
track.
yeah.
Yeah, did not finish the event.
The
Oh,
race
my
got
God.
away
6.
from her. The race
Yep.
got away
She's
from
not
her.
finished. See there?
Yeah. So
Early
you're gonna
start.
see when she hit. Look at that one
Oh,
off the
wow.
track. Oh my.
George, I said pressure. This is a different occasion. There's something about the Olympics. There is something about the Olympic game, George.
Wow.
It's crazy.
All three ladies were right there at the finish line.
All three, July.
All three were right there at the finish line.
Well,
It could have been anybody's race.
Another silver again.
Yeah.
3 silver, bronze, silver, and silver for the Puerto Rican.
Yep.
Except
Masai
for
Russell
Tokyo.
did look good in all of the rounds, but again,
Yes.
as I said, Johnson looked good as well, and you just could not
Grace Stark
separate
too.
them. And
Yeah.
Grace Stark looked good.
Yep.
She's ringing that bell.
And Samba was saving something for the final.
TC, you wanted to say something?
Yes, I'm glad that Casey's not going to spank any of us after that.
That's by myself too.
Thankfully, I like Russell. I
Yeah.
did call Russell in my 3. I didn't think she was going to win, though. As you know, I had Camacho to win.
Yes.
Russell ran a good technical race. And I think that was the difference. She was the one that kept her head better than everybody else coming over those sticks. And you have to feel it for Camacho Quinn. Coming here as a favorite, winning last time out in Tokyo. She looked all over a winner. It wasn't to be because it is a hurdles race.
TC, I disagree with you. I don't think she was a favorite. She came here as a defending champion. She has not gone 12-3 this season. Russell, 12.25. So I'm wondering if she was really the favorite. She's a defending champion. She's the most experienced, but being a favorite tag, I don't think so.
Well, a couple of women here would tell you that as to support what Casey said. If you ran this race tomorrow, you perhaps would have gotten 3 different medalists. Devin Charlton, who we were talking about her bullet start, she was the slowest out of the blocks in terms of her reaction time. Slowest. Masaros was the second quickest out. The quickest was actually Nadine Visser, the Dutch woman who ran into 4th place with 12:43. So yeah, Charlton never got away from the field. It was even an even start from Camacho Quinn. She got into her running, got tall, and was looked out to have the potential to go away from the field. But on her inside, the women on her inside were just too fast, and she couldn't catch them before the finish line came.
The middle
12:33.
was fast
The middle
and
was
furious.
packed.
Yep.
It's speed.
12:33, 12:34, 12:36.
Yeah,
Those
fast and
first 3.
furious.
Yeah, that's as close as you can get. And the people on Twitter are going to say, yeah, the US winning another photo finish again. Ha ha ha, what's new? So Nadine Visser was 4th in 12:43. Grace Stark credited at the same time at 12:43, but Visser, they say, got there by 3,000th of a second to beat Stark to a 4th place. Devin Charlton, the Bahamian, 6th in 12:56. Alicia Johnson looks to have given up the ghost. 12:93 by her to finish the event. She basically walked home, and Akira Nugent, a DNF beside her name, because it all went wrong from the first hurdle. Hit the first hurdle hard, lost her balance, still could run, but then it was never the same, and she eventually ran off the track and circled a couple hurdles to just get back on and walk through the finish.
George,
Disappointment for the
I want to say
Jamaican.
something about hurdles.
Yes, sir.
When you are good and you're competing against an average team, you look extra good.
Yes.
But once you're competing against a very tough field,
Yes.
nerves,
Yes.
you're thinking about those people, what time they're running.
And the
It's a
fact that you,
different thing
and the fact that
than
you can't
running-
afford to make a mistake.
Right. It's a different thing by running. All right. For example, Akira at the trials, she didn't have this kind of quality feel.
Yes.
So she looked so good.
Mm-hmm.
But
and that's
she
why-
was good. Her time was good.
Yes,
Yes.
I'm saying that.
Yeah,
yes.
her time was good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Julie. Listen.
Right.
She blew away the field. 12.28, excellent time. But she was no pressure because Daniel Williams came this season is not the same Daniel Williams.
Megan.
Yeah, Megan, not the same. I think if Brittany Anderson was in, unfortunately she got hurt this year, and I think future, she come back next year. Trust me, she'll be the one to beat at any world level. But you have to give Akira. She's young, first Olympic game. She's a former world under 20 champion, and. You know, but again, I said I don't like those outside lane. There are too much speed in the middle. When those speed leave you, you are left wanting.
Yeah.
I don't like outside lane, period. Because when the middle is always stacked no matter what.
Yeah.
And when you feel disconnected, you always feel disconnected in lane number 8 or 9.
Yes.
Whatever it stops, you feel disconnected. And I'm sure she possibly felt like that.
Yes.
And that the race got away from her.
Yeah.
Even though she hit that first, the race just got away from her.
And Jul, we saw the same thing, Russia and Clark in lane 9,
Yes.
the
Yes.
400 meter hurdle.
Yeah, I say this to Michael Carr as I go to the break. Michael, if you told Akira Nugent before the start of the season that all right, you're going to have a good season where you're going to be national champion in Jamaica. You're going to go into the Olympic Games with the second fastest time in the world. You're going to make the Olympic final, but you're going to suffer some misfortune in the Olympic final. We're going to hit a couple of hurdles. You won't finish, but you won't get injured. Do you think she'd see that season as a disaster? No.
Probably not.
Well, probably not. There's no. There's
I don't think she would see that as
disgraceful
a
about the
disaster,
season
no.
she's had.
I think it's an outstanding season.
Yes, it's the point I'm
Very much
making.
outstanding.
She's
She's
22.
young.
She was the youngest
She's young.
finalist.
And George,
Yes.
she's number 2 in the world.
Yes.
But so that's
Rank.
the point I'm
She
making.
ranked
So
number two.
I don't want people to get the
12:28.
impression. I
Her
don't want
time
people.
still standing.
I
Yeah,
don't
she's
want
still
people
number
to
two.
get the impression. I don't want.
12:28.
Yeah, I don't want people to get the impression that this performance or this outcome means Akira Nugent has had a season from the pits. Just misfortune in the final. She'll be back.
And she's
Right.
ranked
She'll be back.
top 10 on all time.
Yes,
top
sir.
10.
She'll be back. All right. We take the break here on Paris this afternoon on Nationwide 90 FM. We have a giveaway. We have a giveaway from Fosterich. Can they see this bag, David?
I like the box.
Yeah, it
And
look
I'm
bossy.
sure, something nice is
It
in
look.
it.
Can I?
No.
Can I be a
no,
part of that?
No. Let's take the
That's
take the
unfair.
break.
Wellington Dental believes that a smile tells 1,000 words. They are dedicated to giving their patients high-quality dental care, offering a full range of dental services so all of your family's needs are met under one roof. Fillings, extractions, crowns, bridges, and much more. They also accept patients using wheelchair. Visit Wellington Dental, 57 Wellington Street, Spanish Town's premier dental provider. Call them today at 876-749-3515.
Nationwide 90 FM is at it again. Team Revolution will clear every hurdle and sprint to the finish line as we cover the games of the 33rd Olympiad from Paris, the city of love.
3 meters clear, 5 meters clear, and away he goes. He continues on his way towards another gold medal. 5 gold medals, 5 world records.
Nationwide's coverage is powered by our diamond sponsor, Fosterich, fostering rich customer service across all locations island-wide.
Together we're all people standing strong. 3 million Jamaicans, let's work as one. Such a course and work with a plan. Proud and tall, let's make the whole world understand. Every Jamaican have the heart of a champion. Such a core, big up with champions. Watch my style, watch my skill, watch my flow. Standing out anywhere where we go. Many goals, many dreams, many strides. All the black, green, and gold, and we pride. Proud and tall, let's make the whole world understand. We are strong, when we are one, Sagicor, celebrating Jamaican success. Imperial, optical, crystal, clear view. Focus on winning, focus on you. Never miss a moment, see it all through. What we do? Focus on the Olympics, we are here for you. Imperial, optical, crystal, clear view. Focus on winning, of course. Focus on you.
KFC this summer, we a bucket together. Well, I vibe with your crew, yeah, we a stay true, the taste is so good. KFC, bucket on the ends with the real one. My island, we a world champion with my KFC. I'm gonna be me, Jam Rock, celebrate with we. KFC, we a bucket together.
When we bucket together, we are as we really are. Enjoy a family 12, party 15, or party 21 bucket. KFC, proud sponsor of Jamaica 60.
Wellington Dental believes that a smile tells 1,000 words. They are dedicated to giving their patients high-quality dental care, offering a full range of dental services so all of your family's needs are met under one roof. Fillings, extractions, crowns, bridges, and much more. They also accept patients using wheelchair. Visit Wellington Dental, 57 Wellington Street, Spanish Town's premier dental provider. Call them today at 876-749-3515.
Hurt less with Pharma Joint Flex. Taking Pharma Joint Flex daily helps to repair, replenish, and revitalize worn, damaged cartilage that causes joint pain. Do you suffer from arthritis and chronic joint pain? Then Pharma Joint Flex is the remedy for you. Our all-natural formula contains glucosamine and chondroitin, ingredients for joint repair, so you can get relief. Ask your pharmacist or doctor for Pharma Joint Flex, distributed by Massey.
All right, welcome back to Paris this afternoon on this Saturday, August 10. I have the studio crew in place: Juliet, TC, Casey, and Michael. Wayne Walker is in the background lurking, and with him, of course, QBC Gobin has joined us on the phone. I'm going to go to them in short order. But gentlemen, lady, you can understand why we'll take the 5,000 meters final, because there are how many men here? 22 men report to the start for this event. One of the names that catch the eye: George Mills from Great Britain, the son of the former England and Manchester City right back Danny Mills. He's in this final. He got in after the authorities put him back. He fell, but the circumstances around his fall were sufficient for the organizers to say, well, you were denied a place unfairly, and so they've installed him in this field. The big name in the field, though, no doubt, Jakob Ingebrigtsen, who, he will tell you, ran an unintelligent race in the 1500 meters and didn't even get a medal, as the man Cole Hocker from the United States won, beating Josh Kerr in a 1500 meters race for the ages. He's looking to redeem himself here, Jakob Ingebrigtsen, and he is the favorite going into the event. Hasn't said a word about his chances in this event, has kept quiet after all the chatter leading up to the 1500 meters, and truly humbled, no doubt, Jakob Ingebrigtsen is. All right, the record in this event, the Olympic record, 12:57.82, owned by Kenenisa Bekele, the outstanding Ethiopian. The world record, Joshua Cheptegei, 12:35.36, the Ugandan. Let's go across to our commentators.
In Paris. It's another final here, and Ingebrigtsen has a lot of pressure.
I'm happy.
It's QB. You know what happened? We have the same thing every year, but guess what? Because we are doing so well.
Band-Aid.
And when these people come out, they have nobody to report to. It is business as usual. They have
Agreed.
nobody to investigate them. And QB,
Agreed.
you talk about something. You see, I see people like Gregory Harton, Davian Clark, Danny McFarlane. I see a lot of past Olympians. I see some people they take as coaches. It's a friendly business. There's a particular coach now who coaches in the USA. All of a sudden, he goes to every team. Even at the World Relay, what about the local coaches?
Exactly.
Yeah?
Look,
And he has one athlete on the team who can make a medal. And all of a sudden, he's going everywhere. And listen, I'm going to talk QB. We see a Bird Cameron here in Jamaica. We see a Elliott with the team up there. What happened to Bird Cameron? This is the first world champion. He's an Olympian. Give them. Look here, I saw this came out first with officials. I saw Lassina Golden name on the list. Yes. I saw Lennox Graham. All of a sudden it changed, and I saw other people, and they put people. And when I see Bird Cameron here in Jamaica, and I see people like Mr. Elliott, who years ago he cursed the Jamaica administration, and all of a sudden he's their good boy. He goes everywhere now.
Casey, you're preaching to the choir. You're preaching to the choir. I'm telling you, I sit here. I don't have any authority in any federation in Jamaica, as you know. And I have coaches calling me and saying, QB, can you call the president and ask him, I have 2 athletes or 3 athletes going to the World Juniors. Can I go with my athletes? They're sending coaches that has nothing to do with the people who can win us medals.
And QB.
I don't even know how to say it. I wish everybody would just stand up and say enough is enough. We can't
President
have this no more.
is my friend QB, but he's weak QB. He's weak, and he listens to people around him. He listens to the wrong set of people QB.
Listen, 4 years ago, Garth Gale said to me, QB, I didn't support him. If you guys remember, I supported Donald Quarry because of policies and discipline.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he came to me and he said, "Hey, support me. I will listen. I will make changes, and I will drain the swamp." He became part of the swamp. there is 4 or 5 people running athletics in Jamaica, and they're relics. Listen to what I'm saying. They're relics. If I give them a test right now in athletics, they couldn't pass it. They couldn't tell me what's first place in the Diamond League meet, Casey and Juliet. It is for us. You know, I'm glad that everybody's coming out and writing now, because when I jump up and down Julie, they say that that's QB. QB just talking. Well, today, don't even hold your head and cry. Don't bang your belly and bawl, because it was coming. You kept putting Band-Aids on it. You kept sending your favorite prima donna coaches that don't give a hell about Jamaica. They give a hell about themselves and the athletes they manage.
But
you guys have no idea what is going on, even on this Olympic team. Ask yourself, why is Julie Bromwell running 2 times in a mixed relay and have to come back and run her open race?
Janelle Bromfield.
Janelle Bromfield.
Yeah. Ask. When we have quarter miles.
We asked that question though. Well,
because
we know why.
An athlete was supposed to come on in the final, and that morning her coach said she was sick. She couldn't run. Okay? She couldn't run. You figure it out. Okay? So Bromfield had to run because they felt she was entitled, because there was a national record that was set and they weren't going to change it. Okay? Yeah, there's a reasons to everything that's going on. One coach said he was resigning because his athlete didn't get to run the leg that they wanted her to run. Do you know all of this stuff that's going on?
In which event that QB? Hold on.
The 4x1.
So hold on. So you're saying the coach threatened to walk unless his athlete was given the preferred leg on the 4x1, the women's 4x1?
Yes.
This is a coach that said that? This is a coach that said that?
Yes, Casey, you know this.
Poor Casey.
Casey knows. Casey is in touch. He's in touch.
QB.
But
that everything I can speak and hear.
All I'm saying to you know, Jamaica, the Jamaican people, the athletes and the voting members have to decide what they want.
Who are the voting?
Have to decide.
Who are the voting members?
The athletes. Most of the athletes.
Ask Garth Gale.
Your last comment, QBC Gobin, I have to run and do some more business. But you're saying that the performance of our administrators warrants an on-block resignation even before they return to Jamaica, is what you're saying?
That's what I would say. That's what. Am I wrong with people writing from all over the world saying the same thing internally in Jamaica too?
Yeah.
There have been several articles come out of Jamaica, and as I think Casey said or somebody said, we have great people. You have Winthrop Graham, gold medal winners. These guys are available.
Danny McFarlane. We have Greg
McFarlane.
Lassina Clark.
Julie
I would go to
Julie
Cuthbert,
Julie can,
but she is no more. She's a bigger position now. She wouldn't go now.
No, but I'm sure if you asked Julie to do national duty, she would do it.
Hear you on that, QBC Gobin. That's all the time I have this afternoon. Thank you for your contribution.
Thank
you very much.
Thank you, QB.
Athlete, agent there, and
I think we needed that, though.
Agent provocateur, QBC Gobin. I mentioned the Guardian article because, for those who know, the Guardian is the #1 news website in the United Kingdom. It's one of the biggest in the world. And of the 200 plus nations competing at the Olympics, they chose
wrote about
to run this
Jamaica.
one about Jamaica. They said, the headline grabbed me. Uncool runnings, powerhouse sprint team fizzles at games. They say we've been so cool, it looks like we're preparing for the Winter Olympics.
They were preparing for
this.
this.
Oh my goodness.
Ouch. We beat them so bad over the
Ouch.
years.
But
I know once we do bad, people going to rejoice. I'm telling you.
You know what I like about the USA team? When I look at the USA team, the diversity, there are few people, there are few coaches that I saw in the stand. Robin Johnson, who I went to University of Texas with, she's now a coach. And she's now able to travel with the USA team. There are other Olympians that I actually saw or know that they're now a part of the USA track and field team. They may have their issues as well.
Yes.
But I think they've, welcomed many, ex-athletes into their team who are now coaches to actually travel with the USA team. And so I think they're more all around.
Yeah.
I think, as QB said, we're seeing the same faces. Jamaica is small, so let's not, try to think that we're going to see, different faces every 4 years.
Right.
But I think some of the faces you see are the faces that have been there even when I was running 20, 30 years, 25 years ago.
But and I accept that. The thing I would say as we move on to do some more business is this. People speak about the Bolt era. I'm not sure, and you all would perhaps know better. I'm not sure the Bolt era was as a result of any planning. I think it just happened.
It just happened.
And that's the point I'm making.
Yeah.
Things like these shouldn't happen for a nation like ours.
Yeah.
These should we should say this is the fruits of our plans, because that's what successful organizations do. You don't sit and wait for happenstance, Juliet Cuthbert Flynn.
Remember, we do have a good system. Let's not forget
No,
this.
the feeder.
We have a good feeder system,
as we captured in our documentary.
Right.
That's a fact.
So we have a good feeder system, and that is why we've had the success. It's not because of any great planning. It's because of the primary school champs, the prep school champs, and moving on to high school and the great high school program that we have.
And I'm saying that when you have a plan and when you support the plan and you fail, people can accept it. When you're not on a plan and you fail, people will cuss and go on bad, which is why, look at what happened yesterday. The US had a relay camp. What happened in the men's 4x1?
They got
disqualified because they didn't do it properly. We had no camp. We never even met the final. So I'm just saying that the best laid plans can be laid waste. But at the end of the day, people want to know that you have prepared to engineer the outcomes you would like to see. That's how life works.
Let me tell you, last thing. Let me tell you one of the things that I see that's happening. We have different camps in Jamaica. It's like we have the different tribes. Your camp over there, your camp over here. We're all one Jamaica, but we're competing against each other. And then you have the JOA, and then you have the J3A, and everybody's doing their own thing.
Can I sum it up for you?
And everybody's doing their own
Beg
thing.
your chance to
and
sum
then,
it up for you.
right, and then so the athletes they're feeling that they understand what's happening, and they can sense the riff of whatever is happening. And then you can't go to the Olympic Games or the World Championship and not able to come together as one when you have a training camp over here, so fight against the other camp over there. So,
but Mrs. Cuthbert Flynn, I'm saying to you that you are perfectly right, and I wanted you to give me the chance to say this. What you've described is the almighty battle of self-interest.
Yes.
And that is what is putting us down.
Pulling
Anyway.
us down. The crab in a barrel mentality has to go.
Here you go. All right, let's speak to one of our sponsors now. Her name is Georgia Clark. She's the brand manager for Sunshine Snacks. Good morning. Well, good afternoon, Georgia.
Good afternoon. How are you doing?
I'm very good. How are you?
I am good. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, I've never seen a first name like this. Georja. Georgia.
Yes.
Georgia on my mind. Yeah. That's not what Ray Charles sang about in terms of that spelling, but it certainly works. Georgia. It's a lovely name. Thank you for coming here this afternoon. All right,
Thank
Sunshine
you.
Snack. Well, before I even talk about the business that you represent, talk to me about the Olympics. What have you enjoyed the most about the Olympics so far?
Boy, can I tell you my favorite race that had my heart on the edge was the one with Kishane Thompson.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that had my entire office at Confectionery and Snacks. Everything paused just for a moment. I mean, it was a very, very, very tight, down to the very last drop kind of race.
And do the office thinks here Kishane win?
Look here, all of us did. I think immediately after everybody was getting footage of the different angles. Was his torso over? Is it his foot first? Is it supposed to be his hand first? What are the rules? It was exciting. Because probably the most exciting race that we were able to witness as a group together in the office.
Yeah. Are you a sports fan by any means, Georgia?
I am, but I wouldn't tell you a lie and tell you that I run very fast. I was more a footballer in university, so that's about it.
That's no disgrace. You know, football is a big thing on both the main campuses in town, so there's nothing wrong with that. Sunshine Snacks and the support for Nationwide's coverage of the Olympics, you know, why was that decision made by you and the team?
Well, you know, we had our discussions as to, you know, where we wanted to put our monies. And, of course, Nationwide is known specifically and a lot about as it pertains to sports. You know, if you want the breaking news at sports, if you want a very good coverage, Nationwide is synonymous with that. And so it was a no-brainer for us to, of course, have you guys as one of, you know, the companies and media houses that we were going to sponsor during that period. We as a company, especially Sunshine Snacks in particular, as we come from the Confectionery and Snacks, umbrella, we try our best at all times to support everything Jamaican. And of course, what is more popular than sports, and especially track and field, you know, as one of our leading sports here in Jamaica. And so we wanted to definitely be a part of that coverage and that excitement, you know, to ensure that, you know, everyone got their piece and was able to watch and to enjoy and to tune in. So, of course, it was a no-brainer for us from Sunshine Snacks.
You know very well, Georgia, that the Jamaican Twitter, which is, I saw Michael Johnson, the former 200 meters world record holder and 1996 Olympic champion, say that Jamaican Twitter is not for the faint of heart. We know this very well, yeah? So they have the regular snacks wars on Twitter. And someone said recently, I saw a tweet, someone said, let me see if I can quote it. They said, Sunshine Snacks no make nothing when it tastes good. How do you feel to hear and see that, Georgia?
Well, I am sure, as I can speak on behalf of Sunshine Snacks, we are very happy to hear that. We pride ourselves especially in innovation. As you know, we come out every time with something fresh, almost, you know, probably 2, 3, 4 times for the year. Mm-hmm. And we really do it for the people. You know, it's what works for them that works for us. So we're very happy to always be the leaders. And, of course, one that is mentioned as it pertains to snacks, because, as you know, the snacks industry is not an easy one.
Yes.
You know, it's not just Jamaican, but also we compete in Caribbean.
Yes.
And we also have, of course, overseas, outside of the Caribbean, we have our competitors right here in our markets. So it's a pleasure to hear such a compliment.
Yeah, and with the brand, I mean, it has resonance right across age groups and demographics. You know,
yes.
What is the inspiration within the halls of the umbrella group to keep Sunshine Snacks fresh, innovative, cool to associate with, and more than anything, healthy and nutritious to eat?
Well, the beauty of Sunshine Snacks is that, I mean, we have over 80 odd SKUs of snacks. And the idea of doing that is to ensure that there's something there for everyone. We want to ensure that there's a snack there that is branded Sunshine Snacks that fits the demographic, it fits the market. It fits, the people who want to enjoy snacks. And so, as it pertains to sports, you would have noticed that we are pushing our brand, or peanut brand in particular, as we believe we are the supporters of the powerful, which is a tagline for that. I mean, I don't know. I've never really heard of anyone saying that, around the time of sports that they don't enjoy peanuts. And of course, when it comes down to Sunshine Snacks, we have an array of nuts.
Mm-hmm.
So we have our 30-gram honey roasted peanuts. We have our fruit and nuts. We have our salted, for those who enjoy our Sun Mix, of course. We have that as well. And of course, as you know, we also do cashew. So we have our 20-gram pack of cashew, and we have our pouring pack, which is a bigger pack of cashew. So we have something for everyone, and we have the right price for everyone. So there's really no excuse to not be able to enjoy a snack from Sunshine Snacks.
One of our business development executives, Pam Owen, regularly comes to my office and takes my pack of almond, because I like the almond mix with the reason. So I ask her, she thinks I may have contract with Sunshine Snacks.
Oh my, but now that you tell me that, I might have a surprise for you next week.
You should surprise me next week, Georgia.
And I'm going to have to help you out as well, because I don't want to send something nice for you and it is depleted by the end of the week because you have somebody coming in.
You take set for me, Georgia. She takes set for me. Well, thank you for speaking with us this afternoon, or with me this afternoon. Really appreciate it. And let me tell you, the immortal tweet. Well, I wish I had saved it. I'd have sent it to you. The man say, Sunshine Snacks don't make nothing when it tastes good. And I think that they can't say anything better about a brand than that. Thank you very much this afternoon. All the best.
Yes, thank you. Continue snacking under the sun.
Yeah, man. All right.
Take
Sunshine
care.
Snacks is
Bye.
brand manager Georgia Clark. After the break, we continue Paris this afternoon.
KFC this summer, we a bucket together. Well, I vibe with your crew, yeah, we a stay true, the taste is so good. KFC, bucket on the ends with the real one. My island, we a world champion with my KFC. I'm gonna be me, Jam Rock, celebrate with we. KFC, we a bucket together.
When we bucket together, we are as we really are. Enjoy a family 12, party 15, or party 21 bucket. KFC, proud sponsor of Jamaica 60.
Parents, gearing up for back-to-school expenses? Well, Chris and Charles is making back to school as easy as ABC. From July 1st to August 23rd, 2024, borrow at low rates, and here it is! You could win one of 24 back-to-school grants of $50,000! Imagine the possibilities, covering all your expenses and winning big! Call us at 876-926-0609 or visit our website for details. Conditions apply. When you think loans, think Chris and Charles. Authorized under Section 58, Betting, Gaming, and Lottery.
Together we're our people standing strong. 3 million Jamaicans, let's work as one. Such a course and work with a plan. Proud and tall, let's make the whole world understand. Every Jamaican have the heart of a champion. Such a core, big up with champions. Watch my style, watch my skill, watch my flow. Standing out anywhere where we go. Many goals, many dreams, many strides. Are the black, green and gold, are we pride? Proud and tall, let's make the whole world understand. We are strong, when we are one, Sagicor, celebrating Jamaican success.
Nationwide 90 FM now presents live coverage of the games of the 33rd Olympiad from Paris, the city of love. Our coverage is brought to you by
Or diamond sponsors,
KFC, Pizza Hut, Fosrich,
or gold sponsors,
Sagicor Group, J. Ray and Nephew,
or silver sponsors,
Supreme Ventures Limited, Digicel, Gatorade,
or bronze sponsors,
National Road Operating and Constructing Company Limited, Spirits Expressions Sports Lounge, Imperial Optical Jamaica, Rainforest Caribbean, National Commercial Bank, Sunshine Snacks,
First Rock Group, Grace Foods, Jamaica Customs Agency,
and our other sponsors:
Multilink, Kiss Baking Company, Hose Assembly and Supplies, Students Loan Bureau, Massey Distribution Limited, Starbucks, Tourism Enhancement Fund, Evergrow, Real Estate Board, Horton's Pharmacy, Petrojam Limited, Wellington Dental, Fontana Pharmacy, Juicy Patties, Maxi Department Store, Road Safety Unit, JTA Cooperative Credit Union, ISP Finance Services, Postage Logistics Group, Royalton Resorts, Hilo Food Stores, Charles O'Connor Consulting Network.
Welcome back to Paris this afternoon here on Nationwide 90 FM. And let's play that Paris Connections opening for the first time today.
Paris Connection with Wayne Walker is brought to you by the Sagicor Group. Out of many, one pulse.
All right, so Paris Connections with Wayne Walker. Good afternoon, Wayne.
Hey, good afternoon to you, George. How are you doing?
I'm good, man. You were there and you saw it very close quarters. Faith Kipyegon destroying the field in an Olympic record in the 1500 meters final.
And no one is surprised. I mean, she's a serial record breaker, possibly the best athlete in the world, along with Sydney. Last year, she was just out of control. She broke 3 world records in a matter of weeks, and she just continued from where she left off. And there's no stopping her. I just can't see anybody touching her, just like I can't see anybody touching Sydney in the 400 meters hurdles. In fact, I think if Sydney steps down to the 400 meters, she's going to break the world record if she's serious and prepare well enough for it. Same thing with Faith Kipyegon. You just expect a record whenever she touches the track. She's just unbelievable.
Yep, and in the men's high jump, Wayne, Romain Beckford, the Jamaican, tapped out at 2.22 meters, failing to clear 227. Well, he failed on his 3 attempts at 227, 222, his best clearance. But we all thought Barshim was going to saunter through to the gold medal, but not so. The New Zealander Hamish Kerr and the American Shelby McEwen have Barshim in the bronze medal spot.
Especially after Gianmarco Tamberi failed on his first 3 attempts. Of course, he was sick. This morning, he wasn't even sure that he was going to take part because he coughed up blood about 3 times and he was rushed to the hospital. And of course, you remember he delayed his arrival here in Paris because even when the long jump draw was made, the high jump draw was made, he was still in Italy in the hospital because they had some kidney gallstone or something to that effect. But when he failed on his first 3 attempts and eventually got out of the competition, you figured that Barshim would have made 10 just on his final jump there. It just didn't quite make it, and you're just wondering if from the Barshim standpoint, if there's a changing of the guard for him, because Tamberi, I think Tamberi has a little bit more to go in terms of his age, but you wonder now if Barshim has seen his best days. And, people might say, Wayne, it's a recency syndrome. Don't use one Olympic to judge him. But he's not been setting the kind of standards. Barshim has jumped close to 246, 244 before, So, in fact, he challenged for the world record at the Diamond League. So we know the standards that he has set and what he is capable of. But you just sometimes just wonder if his best days are behind him.
Yeah, the New Zealander, the Hamish Kerr, 236, an area record in the gold medal position, and Shelby McEwen, the American, 236, a personal best. Barshim, 234. Shelby McEwen has 1 chance left at 238. He's grappling with it, and who knows, maybe he can nail it on his last attempt. Ingebrigtsen, Wayne, I must ask you about him. We were talking about his redemptive story after what happened with the 1500. He goes 5,000 and he looks a class apart from the field.
There is a say in the long distance fraternity that when Jakob loses, Jakob is not serious. If that's true, today he was serious. One of the things that you look for in events like these, the Ethiopians and the Kenyans, every single runner in that field fare one man, and it was Jakob Ingebrigtsen. They know the high standards that he's been operating at, so everybody knew that he was the man to beat in the event. So what the Kenyans and the Ethiopians did, they team up as much as it's an individual event and they want to win the gold medal. It's important that they keep out this Norwegian. And so what they did, the Ethiopians in particular, they played it well. In fact, you notice they were leading 1-2 for much of the race, and the third was settled into 6, and then with 3 laps to go, they moved. So it was a study in teamwork from the Kenyans and the Ethiopians. But if you do not burn Jakob off early, you're going to be in trouble. And that's what the Kenyans and the Ethiopians didn't do today. They didn't burn him off. Once he's within striking distance with 2 laps to go, he's going to kill you because nobody has the kick that he has. And the moment he entered the crown of the bend and into the straightaway, they were all dead. They were all dead. This man was an outstanding, brilliant runner. And he timed it well. He watched them. He watched it play it out. He watched what they were doing. He watched the strategy. He's seen these guys on the Diamond League circuit every single week, every month. So he knows exactly what they would come with. And so he watched it, timed it, and made his move perfectly. And he just killed all of them.
So I wonder what you'll say then about the Algerian Sejati, the howling favourite entering the men's 800 metres. A tame bronze for him as the man Wanyoni won the gold medal.
In the 5th fastest time in history, it's an event of depth. The first 4 dipped below 142, and Wanyoni wasn't too far off the Olympic record, which is also the world record of 140.91 thereabouts, not 140.99. But the depth of this event, it just tells you that the world record is on borrowed time. It's about when as opposed to if. And Sejati must be cursing himself, having run so well all season. And it just goes to show that what you do coming into the Olympic Games counts for nothing. It's what you do when you get here. You can make all the noise you want before you get to Paris. Is when you get to Paris, then you've got to make the noise. And you just wonder if the sort of effort that he has put out on the Diamond League circuit are caught up with him, 1 or 2. Maybe he's not good at the rounds, because if you put him in a one-off next week, possibly he may run 141 again and beat them all in the Diamond League. Yeah. So again, he does it well on the Diamond League circuit when he has 1 round to go. Here, he has to go home, think about what he's doing, coming back again, facing different opponents. It's a real struggle for athletes and it's a study in not just running a one-off race, but knowing what to do today, what to do when you come back tomorrow. You go home tonight, you might not have a good ice bath. On the Diamond League circuit, you don't have to deal with. You just run one race and you go to the next city that you're going to run. Here it's different, and that could have been the problem with Sejati.
Yeah, and to tell the truth, that bronze medal that he won was out of pure guts, because he did not look good in the race any at all, and at no point in my estimation did he threaten the gold medal. Michael Carr wants to make a point. Wayne.
Hi Wayne, how are you doing?
Hey Michael, I'm good, man.
Nice. Word on the ground is that there are a number of the athletes are down with COVID. Do you know of that? Is there any confirmation on that?
No, I've heard it. I can't confirm it. What I can tell you, though, is that here in Paris, I don't know for wider France, but here in Paris, I've also been hearing that there's a small outbreak of COVID-19 in the city. I haven't met anybody that has said anything to me about them knowing of anybody or they themselves having COVID. But no, I didn't know either. And I mean, he knew before the 200 final, but he didn't know after winning the 100 meters. The days after winning the 100 meters, he didn't know. I saw his team is saying. I saw his brother yesterday, but he knew before the final. How soon, before the final, he knew, I don't know. But there was a point when he was going about his business training, not knowing that he was COVID-19 positive until it was confirmed. So as far as the athletes are concerned, no, I've heard it, but I can't confirm it.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Wayne. Well, Wayne, we'll touch base again for Paris Connections on this Saturday. Good job as usual, man. Thank you.
All right, thanks. No problem.
Wayne Walker there, Paris Connections.
Paris Connection with Wayne Walker was brought to you by the Sagicor Group. Out of many, one pulse.
All right, back with us. The men's high jump, the battle between Shelby McEwen, the American, has accepted silver because he's out of lives at 2.38. 3 attempts at 2.38, failing to clear that height, leaves only Hamish Carr and Barshim. Mutaz Essa Barshim had 1 attempt at 2.38 and let's see if he can carry the fight to the New Zealand athlete who's out in front. Remember, Romain Beckford, his best clearance, 2.22 meters, the Jamaican, and he finished in 10th position of the 12 finalists. Romain Beckford, as is the case with most of the athletes we've been talking about at these Paris Games, a young man, 22 years old, 6'5" tall. He was born in Portland, and he lives in Fayetteville in the United States, 22 years old. And he should believe that, you know, with the fact that he's among the 12 best jumpers in the world by virtue of what he's done at these Olympics, it's an outstanding base for him to build from. Here on track now is Hamish Carr, the New Zealander, his final attempt at 2.38 meters. And let's see if he can clear this. Doesn't ask for any help from the crowd. He's in his own personal space, unlike some of the other athletes who ask the crowd to give them a helping hand. And here he comes, Josh Kerr, just walking around. Asks the crowd for some assistance, and he says he wants to clap along. Yeah, programmed these jumpers are to have this background sound as they attack the obstacle in front of them. And here he comes, the tall New Zealander, and it's a no jump. He goes under. Didn't quite like his run up Shelby McEwen, and he is, well, not Shelby, Hamish Kerr, and he is down to the ranking here has him second. He is still in with a shot at the gold medal, and it's going to be a straight shootout between these two, Kerr and McEwen, for that gold medal. I'm not hearing what they're saying to each other or what the officials said to them. So I've been told that they're going to a jump off between both of them, right? So that was what wasn't clear. I was just trying to buy time to see if it came up on the official site, but then my producer whispered it to me.
And George, you remember what happened last year at World Championship? The high jump?
Yeah, man, between
Barshim and
Gianmarco Barshim and Tom Berry.
Yeah, they share
the gold medal, yeah. Yeah. All right. The men's 4x4 comes up, and you know what? Let me talk about the women's 4x4 instead, because I'm just realizing now that Jamaica has competed in the 4x4 13 times at the Olympics. 2 bronze in 2004 and 2020, 4 silver, 2000, 2008, 2012, and 2016. The most recent medal, of course, was bronze at Tokyo 2020. A team of Renisha McGregor, who's absent from the team this year. Geneve Russell, the hurdler, who's here. Sherika Jackson, not competing. Candice McLeod, not there. Janelle Bromfield is there. Stacey Ann Williams is there. Jamaica's 6 medals in the 4x4 is bettered only by the United States, who've won 12. Jamaica has won 11 4x4 medals at the World Championship level. 2 gold, 6 silver, and 3 bronze. It's another trivia question I would have failed, Juliet, if you'd... No, I wouldn't have failed it, because I'd have looked back in my mind and realized that I've never heard Jamaica 4x4 champions, Olympic Games 4x4. But it still looks funny on paper. Jamaica have never won gold in a 4x4 at the Olympics. Not that I'm expecting them to win one today, but I'm just saying, Juliet, that for the record, we've never won gold in the women's 4x4 at the Olympics.
We've always been there. We've had formidable teams, for many, many years. We've always could put 4 people together for 4x4 relay. But you're right, the USA is usually the ones, to really take that gold medal and beat us, and we would have medal, but not getting the gold medal. But before, I wanted to read something Karen Nugent, she wrote 33 minutes ago. She said, a week ago, I didn't have no feeling in my lower body and my legs were swollen, but God showed up for me. I walked away an Olympic finalist. All glory to God. When the time is right, the Lord will make it happen.
Yeah. So well said.
Exactly. Our athletes, we never know what they're going through.
Yes.
And why they would have failed, in their event. And as she's saying, something was happening and we all didn't know that something was happening with
Yes.
her.
And you see, if she didn't tweet that, no, there are people who would have cussed the little girl, say, oh, this, that, not knowing that there are mitigating circumstances. And yes, we know that athletes, when they do not reach the standard expected by themselves and by others, they tell you that all kind of things are wrong with them. But there's no doubt in my mind that a woman who's gone as fast as she has this season clearly is not on her A game. And she competed in an Olympic final after a very good season. It is the base from which she can build for the future.
And what is good here, she has something that no one can take away from her. It's now called experience. So, as you said before, this can only help her to go forward and be the true athlete that she has the potential to be.
Yes, indeed, sir. Yes, indeed, sir. The women's javelin throw final is history because there is a winner, the Japanese athlete ringing the bell with vigor there, Haruka Kitaguchi, 65.8, a season's best, 65.8. That's where she landed the implement, 65.8 season's best for gold. Joan van Dijk, the South African, second, silver, 63.93, and the bronze going to Nikola Ogrodnikova of Czech Republic at 63.68 meters. So Japan, South Africa, and the Czech Republic taking the medals in the women's javelin final, and the mark of 65.80, well below the Olympic record at 71.53. But the name of the game is winning. If you break a record in the process, then it's a bonus. The women's 4x4 field in order: lane 2, Canada; lane 3, Belgium; lane 4, Ireland; lane 5, the Netherlands; lane 6, the USA; lane 7, Great Britain; lane 8, Jamaica; lane 9, France. Jamaica's teams over the years, the national record for a 4x4 team representing Jamaica in the women's race, 3 minutes 18.71. That's bettered only by the USA, who've gone as fast as 3 minutes 15.51. Those two teams historically well ahead of the competition. Season's best time, though, Jamaica's time not so hot at 3:24.92. And it's the second slowest time of all the teams in the final this year. So Canada, Belgium, Ireland, Netherlands, USA, Great Britain, Jamaica, and France. And they're asking for a break on the other side of the glass, so we give them here on Paris this afternoon.
KFC this summer, we a bucket together. Well, I vibe with your crew, yeah, we a stay true, the taste is so good. KFC, bucket on the ends with the real one. My island, we a world champion with my KFC. I'm gonna be me, Jam Rock, celebrate with we. KFC, we a bucket together.
When we bucket together, we are as we really are. Enjoy a family 12, party 15, or party 21 bucket. KFC, proud sponsor of Jamaica 60.
As the world gathers for the Olympic Games, there is a special feeling in the air, the feeling of unity. It's a time when the entire nation comes together to cheer for their champions, to celebrate diversity, and to share in the joy of competition. At Imperial Optical, their aim is to unite our community with crystal clear vision through their expertise and wide range of eye care services and frames. Visit them today and see the world as one. Imperial Optical, focused on Olympics, focused on you.
Nationwide 90 FM is at it again. Team Revolution will clear every hurdle and sprint to the finish line as we cover the games of the 33rd Olympiad from Paris, the city of love.
3 meters clear, 5 meters clear, and away he goes. He continues on his way towards another gold medal. 5 gold medals, 5 world records.
Nationwide's coverage is powered by our diamond sponsor, Fosrich, fostering rich customer service across all locations island-wide.
Hurt less with Pharma Joint Flex. Taking Pharma Joint Flex daily helps to repair, replenish, and revitalize worn, damaged cartilage that causes joint pain. Do you suffer from arthritis and chronic joint pain? Then Pharma Joint Flex is the remedy for you. Our all-natural formula contains glucosamine and chondroitin, ingredients for joint repair, so you can get relief. Ask your pharmacist or doctor for Pharma Joint Flex, distributed by Massey.
Nationwide 90 FM now presents live coverage of the games of the 33rd Olympiad from Paris, the city of love. Our coverage is brought to you by
Or diamond sponsors,
KFC, Pizza Hut, Fosrich,
or gold sponsors,
Sagicor Group, J. Ray and Nephew,
or silver sponsors,
Supreme Ventures Limited, Digicel, Gatorade,
or bronze sponsors,
National Road Operating and Constructing Company Limited, Spirits Expressions Sports Lounge, Imperial Optical Jamaica, Rainforest Caribbean, National Commercial Bank, Sunshine Snacks, First Rock Group, Grace Foods, Jamaica Customs Agency,
and or other sponsors,
Multilink, Kiss Baking Company, Hose Assembly and Supplies, Students Loan Bureau, Massey Distribution Limited, Starbucks, Tourism Enhancement Fund, Evergrow, Real Estate Board, Horton's Pharmacy, Petrojam Limited, Wellington Dental, Fontana Pharmacy, Juicy Patties, Maxi Department Store, Road Safety Unit, JTA Cooperative Credit Union, ISP Finance Services, Postage Logistics Group, Royalton Resorts, Hilo Food Stores, Charles O'Connor Consulting Network. All right, we're back for the Paris This Afternoon final show here on Nationwide 90 FM on this Saturday. You join us on the eve, not on the eve, moments before the men's mile relay final, which has South Africa in lane 1, 9 teams, South Africa in 1, Japan in 2, Zambia in 3, the USA in 4, Belgium in 5, Botswana in 6, Great Britain in 7, France in 8, and Italy out in lane 9. I'm taking some predictions now. I'm going to also ask QBC Gobin, who's still with us, for his idea of who the medalists are. So, QB, I'm going to come to you last, give you some time to get it all together. Casey Graham, I start with you. Who are our 3 medalists in this men's mile relay final?
I think USA will win. They are bringing the champion, the 400 champion in the final. They make 2 changes. I think USA will win. I think it's going to be a fight between Botswana and Great Britain for the silver. I will give Great Britain second and Botswana third.
Well, no Quincy Hall on this mile relay team for the USA. Instead, they have Christopher Bailey on start, Vernon Norwood on the second leg, Bryce Dedmon on the third leg, and Rai Benjamin, the 400 meters hurdles champion, to take them home. TC, what say you about our medalists in this event?
It's unusual for the United States quartet to enter a final and not have
the flat 400 champion.
Precisely. Nor, in addition to that, their season best being bettered by somebody else, another team.
Yeah.
It's very odd, but I still think United States has the horses for the course. Botswana I like. Britain I like. Those are the top 3, but I'm afraid of South Africa.
So USA, Botswana, Great Britain, but you're afraid of South Africa. What say you, Mikey, quickly?
I have to endorse my colleagues' predictions. That's where I see it too. United States from Great Britain and Botswana third. That's what I'm looking.
QB, what say you about the mile relay for men? Who'll win the medals?
Same as Coach Carr.
Same as Coach Carr.
I think in that order.
Juliet, you want to differ?
USA, Great Britain, Botswana.
All right, let's go across. Now, TC says he's afraid of South Africa. I too am afraid of South Africa. Let's go across.
Arthur win during the race.
First 400 meters 44.50, 800 meters 127.80, 1200 meters 211.30. They came home in 254.43, as you heard the gentlemen on commentary, Lance Whitaker and Ricardo Chambers, a new Olympic record, breaking the one held by, guess who? The USA, set in 2008 in Beijing, August 22. 255.39, wiped from the record books as the USA set 254.43. Botswana, let's see the Tebogo on the anchor. Rai Benjamin, the 400 meters hurdles man, showing that, over a distance in excess of 200 meters, his superior strength would have told, and he held off the 200 meters champion in that battle down the stretch. Botswana second in an area record, 254.53. Great Britain bronze in 255.83, another area record. Belgium produced a national record, 257.75 for fourth. The South Africans ran also a national record, 258.12 for fifth. Japan, an area record, 258.33 for sixth. And Italy, a season's best, 259.72. The other teams in the final, Zambia, 302.76 for eighth place, and ninth and last was the French team, 307.30, and even the outstanding Zambian Muzalo Samukanga was not good enough to lift Zambia from the doldrums in that event. They got the baton way in the back, and the back is where they stayed. Michael Carr, brilliant running from the three medal-winning teams, especially the USA.
Definitely. And the other thing is that once again, it proves the efficiency of the panelists, because we all had the top three finishers. Probably just a little change around between second and third, but the fact is that, again,
we got it right.
We got it right again.
Was it Quinella or something?
No, if you get it first, so the Quinella is the first two in any order. So Juliet, Raymond, Juliet, as long as they finish one or two, whichever. The exacta is Juliet in front of Raymond. It has to be exacted. So if Raymond comes first, Juliet comes second, it's bust, and then the trifecta is the first three in any order.
But it was a good one, especially from Botswana.
Yes.
They to me, came out of their comfort zone and really dug in, and it was good to see the 200-meter champion pushing and going at the 400-meter champion. That was a good battle. But overall, congrats to them, and they are going home happy.
Yes, indeed.
Much happier than many of us.
Casey, I saw you shaking your head when Michael was talking. Are you disagreeing with something?
No.
Okay. Good.
I was in Dreamland.
You were in Dreamland.
Yeah.
You look miserable. Anyway, TC, USA, 254.43. Olympic record performance was needed to beat a very, very good Botswana team today.
And that's not something you see at many major championships. United States now want to dominate this event and do what they please. Botswana came very strong in this Olympics. Overall, they've had some very creditable performances. Great Britain ran with spirit. I don't believe that any of us thought that Great Britain would have won. We always saying it is between United States and Botswana, even though we know Great Britain would be in the three. A good run, Olympic record. They can't ask some more. United States was taken to the wire, and hats off again to Botswana for the effort that they produced today.
Yeah, QB, was there any moment on that anchor leg where you felt that, let's see, the Tobago's 200-meter speed would conquer Rai Benjamin's 400 meters hurdles strength?
No, I always thought that Rai Benjamin, hurdles are very strong in the last 200 meters of a race. But we basically all got it right in a sense that we knew the three teams. But what I want to call your attention to is that you see how all the other teams are catching up to Jamaica. Look at Great Britain they've had an incredible Olympics. Botswana has a good Olympics. So just like cricket, we better pay attention because everybody's catching up to us. And this is a wake up call. We better pay attention.
Yes,
everybody had a great Olympics. England, geez, and a lot of them have Jamaican heritage.
Yes, a lot of the British athletes have Jamaican roots. Yes, go ahead, Michael.
And I mean, Gabby has Jamaican roots.
Yeah,
roots.
QB.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Mikey Carrier again.
Yes, sir.
Is there any new development as far as the the offer by Adidas that was made on the table? Is it thrown to the back?
No. Yeah, wait. It
Is
has
it
even
open?
been enhanced, and they have never replied. And let me tell you this, Coach Carr, another company came with an offer that is similar to the Adidas offer and has been ducked. Nobody's heard about it. Pay attention, Jamaica. Pay attention. Adidas increased the offer within July to the first offer they made, Coach Carr.
Uh-huh.
They've given more infrastructure money. They've given more money to market the J-Trays. They've given a 15% on royalties. And let me say one thing to you guys, okay? What is the hottest shirt in Paris right now?
Adidas.
It's the Adidas soccer shirt, football shirt. And you know what? The Jamaican Football Federation gets 20% of every sales of that. So the Jamaican Football Federation will get 20% of sales on that shirt, and the J-Trays will get nothing.
So
Think about that.
So
Think
the
about that.
JFF is reaping from the Olympic Games.
Because people want the Jamaican colors. They want to wear the Jamaican colors. And this is what was lost during the Bolt era. That's how Jamaica got raped during that time period. This is what you call incompetent administrators that don't know what they're doing. There's people in Jamaica. Think about this, Coach Carr and the panel. Who did the contract for the Football Federation? It was a Jamaican living overseas, a QC, that knows what he's doing. And that's why the Jamaican football team can brag about how much money they're making now and they have. That's what Ricketts said that got him to be reelected, the money he brought to the table.
Yeah. Thank you for that, Cuba. The women's mile relay teams are out on the track again in the lane in order of lane assignments. Canada in 2, Belgium in 3, Ireland in 4, Netherlands in 5, USA in 6, Britain in 7, Jamaica in 8, and the French team out in lane 9 as the New Zealander Kerr, he toasts his gold medal success in the men's high jump. Shelby McEwen, the American, taking silver, and Barshim, the Qatari, he is the bronze medal winner. The Jamaican quartet for this mile relay, Stacey and Williams will start. She'll hand off to Anjanette Knight, who will then pass to Cheyenne Salmon, the 400 hurdler, brought into on this event on the third leg, and Stephanie Ann McPherson will bring us home. Is this a quartet powerful enough, QB, to pinch a medal for Jamaica in this race?
I don't think so. I think they'll probably get fourth in this race. I think I see America, I see Netherlands, and probably Great Britain again. I think Jamaica could get like maybe fourth.
Casey, what say you?
I agree with QB. I see the USA, Great Britain, and the Netherlands with Femke ball. Great Britain, they have gotten 3 relay medals. This will be their 4th medal. They have 249. They have a 49 coming in. I'm
gonna do the
right.
leg assignments.
And they have the Orugo.
Right.
They're bringing 2 young ladies, and they run fast. And this Jamaica quartet is not as strong. We needed a Nikisha Prize to get up.
Starting for Great Britain, Victoria Ohorugu. Then she'll pass off to Lavia Nielsen, then Nicole Yergin, and Amber Anning to bring them home. The USA will have Shamir Little, Sydney McLaughlin Leveron, Gabby Thomas, and Alexis Holmes. That's a lot of speed. The Netherlands, they have Lieke Klaver, Kathleen Peters, Lysander Witt, and Femke Bol to take them home. I'm looking at the Belgium team to see if they have Naomi Vandenbroek, Imke Vervet, Hanne Klaas, and Helena Ponnet on their team. And those teams are very strong on paper, and compared to ours, Juliet, it doesn't appear as if we have enough speed to go around across our 4 ladies.
No, we don't. I think there's just one person in there running 50 point. We don't have any 49, and the USA have several 49 and 48. So does the Netherlands. So 47. I think the USA will win. I think Great Britain, it'll be a toss-up between Great Britain and the Netherlands for 2nd and 3rd.
What say you, TC?
United States, far superior team to any other team in this lineup. And that's a clear winner. After that, it gets a little cloudy. The Netherlands, yes. I like Ireland. Those are my 3.
All right. Mikey, what say you?
United States, Fenke ball and that anchor leg, you have to put Netherlands in the second position. Great Britain and Jamaica and Netherlands for fourth place.
All right, let's go. Let me run across before we have an argument over.
There'll be a tie for fourth, right?
I wanted to avoid that. I knew it was coming.
You are somebody. You are something else.
Are you saying he's flip flopping?
Always.
All right, let's go across to the commentator for this women's 4x4. At least we have a team here, and we'll take whatever they give us, given the quality of the teams around them. Jamaica in lane 8, France in 9. Britain in 7, the USA in 6, Netherlands in 5, Ireland in 4, Belgium in 3, Canada in lane 2.
And Alexis Holmes to take them home.
Lane 7, Great Britain.
happened, well, if ever a race was to sum up the story of track and field for Jamaica at the Paris Games, it was this 4x400 meters. Look at Stephanie Ann McPherson being consoled, crying, sobbing, and her teammate consoling her because on the second leg we suffered a mishap. The baton knocked from the hand of Cheyenne Salmon, and that was pretty much that. Our 4x4 hopes went up in smoke from that point. The USA running away with it, 3 minutes 15.27, an area record. The Netherlands second, 3 minutes 19.50, an Olympic record, a national record rather, and the Great Britain team finishing third in a national record, 3 minutes 19.72. Ireland fourth in a national record, 3 minutes 19.9. France fifth in a national record, 3 minutes 21.41. Canada sixth in a season's best, 322.01, and Belgium coming home seventh in a season's best, 322.40. And it's actually Anjanette Knight on the second leg, who the baton was knocked from her hand on the second leg for Jamaica. And that was pretty much that. Crushingly disappointing, but in keeping, Juliet Cuthbert Flynn, with what our track program has been like in Paris. You can't speak. Raymond, talk to me, Raymond.
Cherokee Young.
Yes, sir.
She's good at the stick. Why is she not on that team?
Oh, boy.
Who do you want me to send that to in a telegram and ask?
I need to ask the team.
And ran well the previous round.
Cherokee Young, when she gets the baton in her hand, I'm surprised to see Angela Knight on that team, to be honest with you.
And I'm not going to blame Anjanette Knight because of baton.
Yeah. No, I'm surprised to see her on the team. When you have Cherokee Young, over the years, it is being said that when she gets the stick, she's a creature.
But was she in the kind of shape, or what was the change? Why did they make the change? We don't know. What I saw is she was not holding the baton. It was like at the end of, not in the middle. And I guess you can't really, but you have time in the 400 meters to really look at how Sydney McLaughlin is holding the baton. I'm
Angelette, Great Britain 4 medals in the relays.
Yes.
And Jamaica, how many medals in the relays?
I think
100. In the relays?
000.
Okay. None, and that's the point. So
This is history.
I'm saying what happened with the women 4x4, where the athletes weren't even given a chance to show what they're capable of. Yeah. It is symptomatic. It is not even symptomatic. It is emblematic of what has happened where Jamaica is concerned on the track in Paris.
We got a good start opening leg from Stacey.
Oh, it was a brilliant first leg. Very strong first
opening leg.
Yes.
And we failed to add to that.
I think the least we could have gotten is fourth.
From the look of things,
the least we could have gotten. We would have been able to stay right there with
we
Great
could beat
Britain.
Ireland.
We could have stayed with Great Britain and Ireland.
QB, the bile of disappointment is interfering with my ability to speak, my friend. What say you about that 4x4 mishap?
Well, maybe this panel should run the athletic program in Jamaica, but we all got it right. But when I have to be careful in what I say. But when stuff goes wrong, it goes wrong. There's nothing. There's nothing to say. It's been disastrous.
QB, you haven't said something. You have enough words.
No. But that's the point. It's so disappointing that he says.
I would use a word that I don't think is
exactly
is necessary for the radio.
Yeah.
But when the S goes wrong, it goes wrong.
Yep. TC.
And it's a summed up. I don't know what to say to you guys, or what to say to the public, or to the athletes, or to say to the voting members.
I've never seen this happen in where we come home not having a medal in a relay in the Olympics.
Julie,
this has never happened in
Julie,
my
can I say
years
something
of
to
running.
you? Can I say something, Julie? How I miss Mr. Ayres, how I miss Mr. McCook, how I miss Mr. Wallace, how I miss even Mike Fennell. I mean, they had issues, but nothing like this. We need discipline, man. We need discipline.
Yeah.
Our program needs discipline, and we need good management and people who have spine and backbone. That's what we need.
Wayne Walker is in Paris and has something for us via Paris Connections. Let's make the connection.
Paris Connection with Wayne Walker is brought to you by the Sagicor Group. Out of many, one pulse.
All right, Wayne, go ahead.
Thank you very much. Well, Stephanie and McPherson You were inconsolable. I can still see the tears in your eyes. You're not only disappointed that we didn't manage to finish the race, but you wanted your Olympic career to end a lot better, even if you come across the line with the bat in your hand.
Yes. I mean, it's not her fault. It's world really all over again. Sometimes they just have to just... I mean, I can't find the words to say right now, but I wish we had the chance to finish that race. Because, I mean, yesterday, I felt really, really good in the heat, and I thought that we would get at least a silver medal because I was prepared for this.
Yeah. How would you look back though on your Olympic career, Stephanie?
I mean, unfortunately, I always got hurt, but other than that, I mean, I'm the most consistent. To be honest, I'm the most consistent athlete. Unfortunately, last year I couldn't get a chance to go to the World Championship because my Achilles fractured my heel. But I mean, it was a late start. But I know that I believe in my coach and I keep pushing, and I was able to get myself ready for Olympics.
Listen, you've been an outstanding servant for Jamaican athletics, and you're recognized by the country for it, I can assure you.
Thank you.
Yeah, Cheyenne, heartbreak for you and the team. Stephanie correctly said she can't blame you for that. You were doing your job, trying to get the baton around. But what happened on your leg?
Well, it wasn't my leg. It was...
Sorry, yes. It was on, yes. It didn't get worse. Sorry, it didn't get right.
Yeah, so I was waiting. I was looking, I was like, where? And the gentleman said, your button dropped.
All right, fine, continue.
So I was just waiting on it, and then I saw her stop running, and then I was just like, let me just move out the way so that everybody else can just go along. And so I stepped on the infield, but what I saw from my end, I saw like Ireland and her had contact and the button fell.
Yeah, I saw when you stepped back because you were supposed to be getting the baton. When you saw it, total heartbreak, I'm sure.
Of course. We came into this final aiming to medal. We knew that we had the team to do it. Of course, I was going to do my part. Stacey did her part. Antoinette was doing her part. And I know that the veteran was going to bring it home for us, but things happen that we have no control over sometimes, and we just have to move on from them.
Where do you go from here?
I have some more meets coming. I'm trying to dip under 53 before the season finishes, and we'll see what God has in store for me.
All the best to you, Sharon.
Thank you so much.
Romain Beckford, let's hear about his competition in the men's high jump. Some of your competition for me today.
I mean, I feel like I executed well. It was a rough competition out there. You know, everybody really went for it, you know. It's not the highest jump I ever seen in person today. I get to see people that, well, I get to compete with people I've been watching and looking up to since high school. So I feel like it's a great way to end my season. Not really the result that I wanted, but I can't complain. You know, my season has been long.
Yeah. Are you closing up your season now?
I won't say, but I will wait to see.
Now that you've gotten a taste of international competition, and not just international competition, but competition at the very, very highest level, you don't get it better than this. Does it now set you up to kick on?
Yeah, I feel like this is like the biggest experience you can ever get in your life. Why? Like, this is the best of the best in the world, you know. You have to come out and show out on the day, and that's all that matters.
Where do you vacation? Portland is a beautiful place. Well, you're born there. You know the place well. Do you vacation there or you go somewhere else?
Definitely, like Portland, always. I don't think I have been to like 7 different parts in Jamaica yet, to show you. I'm always in Portland.
So when your season is over, you're going to go right to Portland?
Well, I got to go back and finish my master's degree.
Oh, you don't have any time to joke around? I'm sorry.
As soon as I get back to school, we'll be starting. So that's the thing with being a student athlete. It's very rough. You know, you have to manage schoolwork, and especially I'm in grad school right now. So, you know, it's just rough, and I have to give God thanks. But next season, for sure, you know, just focusing on athletics, a great feeling. I'm looking forward to that.
I wouldn't want to be you. Student athlete, Olympic Games, back to study. But guess what? You're setting yourself up for the future.
Yes, sir. You know, one thing I have to look for, field events that take over Jamaica. No, don't be surprised.
You're sure about that?
We are going to see. We have Tokyo coming up next.
All right, so you're trading on a challenge to the sprinters and the other people?
Yeah, right now, the field event that them win. Because we get, 4 medals. Sprinters got 2. So what I want to say about that? Field eventers. I take over Jamaica.
I'm marking your word, It look like you set yourself up next year if it's okay,
No, we're not set up ourselves. We're just a talk it, disease. It happen.
Romain, thanks.
Yes, sir.
Romain Beckford closing off a series of interviews there, guys.
All right, thank you very much, Wayne Walker, speaking with a few members of the women's mile relay team, which they fell victim to disaster on the second leg. Anjanette Knight, the baton knocked from her hand, and the stuffing knocked out of Jamaica's prospects of the women's mile relay did not finish. A DNF beside the Jamaican team's name as the USA stormed to victory in an area record time. That was Paris Connections with Wayne Walker.
Paris Connection with Wayne Walker was brought to you by the Sagicor Group. Out of many, one pulse.
Music users, a license from JCAP is a must for the use of music for entertainment purposes. Respect the music, respect the creators, play by the rules. The time by Jamaica Association of Composers, Authors and Publishers Limited is
2:33 p.m.
Sip into the brightness of summer with Starbucks. Relax and enjoy a variety of Starbucks refreshers or indulge in a Frappuccino. We have something new for you every season. Try our new Lavender White Mocha Frappuccino at your nearest store. We are located in Kingston, Portmore, Ocho Rios, and Montego Bay. For more information, visit our Instagram at Starbucks Jamaica.
Rainforest, plenty ways. Make it nice. Plenty ways. Rainforest, I go give you plenty healthy ways to switch up your meals. Fresh flavor that we need. More delicious moments every day of the week. And look how good me feel. Rainforest make it nice. Rainforest, I go make it nice. Nice. Rainforest, I go make it nice.
Azen Super Center in Midtown Crossroads, a place you've come to know and trust for quality and the best prices. Now, come see our expanded range of products, fine furnishings, kitchenware, your smart TVs, and all things electronics, and the latest in curtains, bed linen, and bathroom accessories. It's the new and expanded Azen Super Center in Midtown Crossroads with convenient, safe, and free parking. Shop with a smile at Azen Super Center.
We all have a champion spirit, a uniquely Jamaican spirit. We think the unthinkable and reach for the unreachable. The steady pulse of greatness beats in us all. As powerful as we are, there comes a time when everybody needs a strength. Something to take you over that last hurdle and across the finish line. Your moment is now. Unstoppable with NCB.
KFC this summer, we a bucket together. Well, I vibe with your crew, yeah, we a stay true, this taste is so good. KFC, bucket on the ends with the real one. My island, we a world champion with my KFC, I'm gonna be me, Jam Rock, celebrate with we. KFC, we a bucket together.
When we bucket together, we are as we really are. Enjoy a family 12, party 15, or party 21 bucket. KFC, proud sponsor of Jamaica 60.
Calling all ladies to Zana Ladies Expo, the ultimate ladies' day out. Saturday, August 10 at the National Arena, 12 noon to 8 p.m. Featuring over 100 exhibitors, shopping deals, beauty, fashion, food, wine tasting, health and wellness, keynote speakers, live entertainment, and more. Tickets available at ladiesexpoja.com. Gate admission $1,500, children $500. Zana Ladies Expo, August 10, National Arena. Sponsored by Massey Distribution, JPS, and
Looking for your dream property? Look no further than Century 21 Heath Ho Properties. Whether you're seeking a beachfront escape, a cozy family home, or a lucrative investment property, our expert agents are here to help you every step of the way. With Century 21, you get the experience and dedication of a global brand right here in the heart of paradise. Visit us at century21jm.com or call 876-969-2100 today. Century 21 Heave Ho Properties. Everything real estate.
Nationwide 90 FM now presents live coverage of the games of the 33rd Olympiad from Paris, the city of love. Our coverage is brought to you by
our diamond sponsors:
KFC, Pizza Hut, Fosrich.
Or gold sponsors:
Sagicor Group, J. Ray and Nephew.
Or silver sponsors:
Supreme Ventures Limited, Digicel, Gatorade.
Or bronze sponsors:
National Road Operating and Constructing Company Limited, Spirits Expressions Sports Lounge, Imperial Optical Jamaica, Rainforest Caribbean, National Commercial Bank, Sunshine Snacks, First Rock Group, Grace Foods, Jamaica Customs Agency,
and our other sponsors:
Multilink, Kiss Baking Company, Hose Assembly and Supplies, Students Loan Bureau, Massey Distribution Limited, Starbucks, Tourism Enhancement Fund, Evergrow, Real Estate Board, Horton's Pharmacy, Petrojam Limited, Wellington Dental, Fontana Pharmacy, Juicy Patties, Maxi Department Store, Road Safety Unit, JTA Cooperative Credit Union, ISP Finance Services, Postage Logistics Group, Royalton Resorts, Hilo Food Stores, Charles O'Connor Consulting Network.
Welcome back to Paris this afternoon here on Nationwide at 90 FM, the final edition on this Saturday, August 10. And it's so funny. Well, it's not funny. It's a circumstance that is closely aligned with what we are speaking about, because we have been talking all program long about the quality of the administration that runs Jamaica's athletics, and the need for change, according to QBC Gobin. He wants the leadership of the JOA and JA3A, since they can't get on with each other and work together for the betterment of the country's track and field. He says, look, since you leaders can't work together, just resign and leave the slate clean for new leaders to come and move this thing forward. On the day that we're having that conversation, news out of Paris is that the man in charge of the IOC, Thomas Bach, he says that he will not seek to remain in charge for a third term. Quote from the 70-year-old German. New times are calling for new leaders. Thomas Bach has been in charge of the IOC since 2013, and he called a meeting of IOC members in the French capital on this Saturday and told them that he will not be staying on for a third term. He says he was asked to remain, but he insists he would not attempt to extend his mandate by changing the Olympic charter that limits the president to a maximum of 12 years in that role. He said, quote, I know with this decision I'm disappointing many of you, but it is in the best interests of our beloved Olympic movement for new blood to take the baton and run with it. His successor will be elected in 2025. The jostling to succeed Bach, the report says, will now begin, with some well-informed IOC watchers tipping Zimbabwean former swimmer Kirsty Coventry for the role. The report I just read to you was prepared and filed by the Associated Foreign Press, the AFP. QB, last words I'm taking from the panel now. I'll start with you. On the day that Thomas Bach says he will not continue, he's making way for new leadership at the level of the IOC, you think that there is a thing or two our administrators can learn from Thomas Bach, eh?
True leadership. And there's accountability across the board to World Athletics, IOC, even down to Jamaica. But that's true leadership. And I think we should, in Jamaica, we should ask that we get that kind of leadership, and we should get the quality of sports business administrators that we have available to us. And we can put together a much better, we have the funding, we can run the J3As and even the JOA like a business, which it is. It's a business. It's not a friendship thing anymore. One more thing I want to say. There's a lot of people or officials walking around with family and friends with the credentials, and the athletes been asking for coaches passes and all that stuff. We need an investigation. We need transparency. We need accountability to what has gone on at this Olympics. There's so much more to discuss, but I'll leave you with that. This has been going on for years, but this is ridiculous this time around.
Thank you for that. Michael Carr, your turn, and I say this to you as you go into your final comments, that Jamaica finished joint 40th on the medal table, joined 40th on the medal table with 1 gold, 3 silver, and 2 bronze for a total of 6 medals at these Paris Olympic Games, Michael.
I think there are over 200 and something countries that participated. Am I correct? And we finished 40th. We give thanks. We are 40 in front of over 160 other countries. I mean, in terms of places. But I don't think it's all lost. Sometimes you have to go down in order to come back up. And it's not about the fall, it's how you rise. And this is a good opportunity for us to look at what happened, look at what worked and what did not work, and try to make some adjustment. Because when you look, we got 6 medals, and 5 out of the 6 medals are first-time Olympians. That is something to look forward to for tomorrow. The other thing, we talk about support at the grassroots level. We need to help, I think, at the primary school level a little bit more. And I say this because when you look at the primary champs, how many barefoot kids are running. These schools, the primary school especially, not so much a prep school, because they have a little bit more funds, can deal with certain things. But equipment, they need help with equipment. You can give them a flight of hurdles, something to help them develop their program, because that is where it all began. And the primary and prep school coaches, we still need to recognize them, because all our Olympians who came through whatever high school system came from a primary or prep school. And we tend to neglect that little area down there. The other thing is that this is a time when athletes and as various associations need to have a serious sit down and talk situation to understand, to plan the way forward. Too much time, there's this rift between the athlete and the associations. We need now, this is a time when everything is hot now. Sit down, have a one-on-one situation, whether it's through the coaches association or something, to give the athletes more, find out what they need, and we try to provide not just money but whatever else they need to make it happen going forward. And one more thing, what you saw with the baton falling today, it just sums up the track program of this Olympics for us. I remember a few years ago though, we went to the Carifta Games and we won no medal in the sprints. No medal in the sprints, and there was a big panic. But the sprinting going down. I don't believe our track program is going down. We're just going through a rough time. And when you look on the horizon, we have quite a few young athletes coming forward who are going to take the baton and run with it. It is, and I'm just saying to the field events athletes, stop boasting and talking about, boy, it's field are going to run things now and thing. It's a good thing. Give thanks for what has happened, but do not let it get to your head, because we are still one team, one country. And you have done well, but it is not all about, hey, field event time. No. It's the first time in the history of Jamaica's track and field that the field events have gotten more medals than the track. Now, what will happen next when the track come back up and the field remains as it is? Then we will see, probably instead of 6 medals, we probably see all 12 medals at that time. So let us give thanks, enjoy the moment, and to the team, well done. We had some rough patches, but we will find good Barber Green Road down the line.
TC.
Mikey made a number of good points. And I won't go over them because they're so poignant. But for me, these games athletic programs was uniquely special. There were a number of injuries, especially among veteran athletes. Many disappointments, in particular among our team. But the bright spot for me proved to be that lone gold medal that we won in the discus, Olympic record to boot. I for me, the special moments in terms of overall performance would have to be the women's 400 meter hurdles, world record performance, and the women 400 flat, won by Paulina. That was a masterful run. One point I want to make: track and field goes in cycle. Sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down. And as Mikey said, it depends on what you do when you are down, because that will define what you will be in the future. Is either we're going to lay down and complain and quarrel and point fingers, or we're going to get to work. That is the only way forward for me.
Casey?
Okay, this Olympic Games was different. We saw several countries getting medal for the first time. We saw many favorites getting beaten. And it is good to see other countries picking up. We saw, for example, Pakistan winning the javelin. There were good results. There were several Olympic records, which is good, on the track and off the track. But I am going to talk about Jamaica on a whole. I think it was disappointing Olympic for Jamaica. And I must give kudos to the athletes, especially those who got medals, those who got in the finals. And it's a young team. And I think the problem started for Jamaica before we went to the Olympics. It started with the Riley and Stephen Francis fracas. Those things went into the Olympics, I think. And I think the war between the J3, how can you have the two top sporting body, the leaders not communicating? I think this affected the performance of the athletes. And we are big people. What up if as Michael Carr, something to say earlier, if the water is muddy at the top, it will drip to the bottom. And I say we need to get serious, and we need the field events. Yes, I understand what Beckford is saying. He's happy because, and we heard that earlier. We need to pay attention to these are Jamaican athletes. It's not field different and track. Everybody should be treated the same way because and it's a tradition in Jamaica. If you go to a meet, for example, and if you go to Excelsior at the field events meet, nobody's there. If you have a relay meet at the stadium, it is full to capacity. And I think going forward, now it's time for change. Things can't be the same. There must be change because what happened over the years, we keep talking. But because we win medals, we win 9, 10, 11 medals, when they come back, it's business as usual. And I used to travel in the 80s with the team. It's the same people. What happens if these people drop down and dead tomorrow? They're nobody. They should be grooming people. We have the same management team for the past 30, as Juliet said, since she has been on the team. For the past 30, 40 years. Nobody else can, we need to groom people. It's new time. And there are many outstanding Olympians that have passed through the system. Use them. Because they have put the country on the map. We see people, as QB said, something about, this is not the first QB. People with a lot of that are credited. I have, even at the pen relays, I've been there, I see many people who are not supposed to be there, are officials. So it's not only at the Olympics, it happens every time. I can tell you, some people, what are you going to do? Because they're working in your office, you're going to treat them and give them trips? No, you can't spend the government money like that. And again, I must say that now is the time for change, and we hope to see things. Ed must be rolled. Ed must be rolled, right? Things can't be the same. People. We need changes, and the changes is now. And don't let this be a 9 days thing. And it should be now. And finally, I want to just use this opportunity to. Michael Carr myself said something really dad Thomas' story. I didn't hear the interview fully. I listened it last night, and we sat down this morning. I said, "Oh, she was not talking about money," and I must use this forum here to apologize to Miss Dad for criticizing her, for appealing for funds. She said not all she wanted was accreditation for her coach, and I use this now and say we're sorry, and she's right. People walking around with accreditation and they're not a part, and coaches can't be there. So it's very sad, and seemed like how it started, it ended, and this is a true testimony of what happened with the Jamaica team. We failed 4 release for the first time. I saw you, George. You wanted to cry. Juliet could not speak. Very emotional. As someone who has been involved, we are really country. People watch Jamaica. We teach them. When you look at our prep school, the basic school, it's like poetry in motion. You go and look at the prep school, championship primary school, and see those button chains, so sweet. So I think no, and show with the friendship thing and pick people according to their ability. People are there who are willing to serve. This is not this is a old boys club, and that this must stop.
Well said. For me, 6 medals, a changing of the guards. We saw quite a number of young people stepping up to the plate, doing their thing in the Olympic Games, making the finals. We saw, even before the Olympics, injuries. We knew that Sharika was injured coming in. We knew that Shelly Ann Fraser-Price was injured coming in. Elaine didn't make it on the plane. So we knew that we would not have gotten all the medals that we wanted. But we are very happy with the medals that we got, the 6 medals that we got. The field events, kudos to the field event competitors. Roger Stoner gave us our gold medal. Kishane Thompson, our silver. Broadbell, our bronze. Rajindra Campbell. What a step up in that. We didn't expect that, and what he had gone through. We look at young Tia Clayton, who did very well. For me, Rai Benjamin, Tibogo, Sidney McLaughlin, and others did very well. Very disappointed in the 4x all the relays. I'm sad. I'm really sad about. I've never seen this. I've been making Jamaica team from 1979, and where we may falter in a one relay, but not all the relays, not doing anything. We're in. I think what I'm seeing or hearing happening with the JOA and J3, I think it has trickled down into the team. But it's not just the J3 or the JOA, it's also the different camps. And the different camps that we've been having over the years, the fact that, we didn't used to have coaches back in my time, really, except you had Glenn Mills and maybe one other person training Jamaican athletes on our soil. And we've seen the different camps and coaches strutting their stuff and saying different things, or there's a competition between this club or that club. Coaches not giving up their athletes to really go to the training camp for whatever the reason. Those things, whatever the reasons are, then we need to work those out. Find a neutral ground in order for athletes to come together as one, as a team. If it is that we don't get a chance to run in the pen relays or other relays on the circuit, then they need a chance to come together. And I think the coaches need to get out of their feelings and make that happen for Team Jamaica. Training is key. All of this, getting the preparation is very key. And so I think it is time for us to really take stock and unite and come together as one Jamaica. Michael, you mentioned about our prep school. I think we have a great program. I think we have one of the best programs in the world that other countries are trying to emulate. But I think, as you said, in sport need to step up We need to spend more time putting more effort into our youngsters when it comes to primary school, prep school. There's different funding. I buy my child or spikes for prep school champs, and the parents fund that. But we should not be at the place where we are when it comes to primary school champs, not the powerhouse that we are in Jamaica. We need to do more. And all I can say is, I hope when the team comes back, that there's a sit down with the J3A and the JOA, and whoever is going to interview them not having any biases, and ask the hard questions and make them answer those questions as to where are we going from here. What's the next step in order to put Jamaica athletic team first and not personalities. We are hearing too many things and nobody really knows what's going on. There are too many things happening behind the scenes. And for me, it is really disheartening. And I'm going to say this again. I remember vouching for, and I'm very happy that both administration took it on in 2008 when I complained about athletes not having any medical insurance or not having any assistance. I told you my story that I had to reach out to a prime minister to ask for assistance.
Yeah.
At the time, the prime minister responded, which was Bruce Golden at the time, and started with Minister Grange to look for, as far as looking to a medical insurance, a national insurance.
Yeah.
That happened. Then the other administration came in and they followed through with that for the athletes' sake.
Yes.
And finished that up. We now have a national insurance for our athletes. What else do we need to put in place to make sure that our athletes are taken care of, that our athletes are seen, that our athletes are heard? I, as an Olympian, should never have to beg a ticket to go into the national stadium. I should not have to call anyone for a ticket to go into the national stadium. I have a privilege now as a member of parliament and in the government where I can get a ticket. But what happens to the other Olympians who live here? Do they call somebody for a ticket? Somebody mentioned Mr. Aries. He had a system where past Olympians who live in the country would know that if a track and field event is going to take place at the National Stadium, that a ticket is at the J3A office for that athlete to collect. So they wouldn't have to make any phone calls. It's just a given that your athlete, someone would call from the J3A office to say, Mrs. Cuthbert Flynn, you have a ticket ready here. You can come and collect it. We need proper systems in place. We need accountability from both parties, from the JOA and the J3A. We need transparency from the J3A and the JOA. It is not their money. It is not your funding. You're getting funding from the IOC. You need to make sure that people are aware of how the funding is being spent. And those are some of the things I think will help the sport. The J3A, very disappointed. Why? Throughout this entire Olympic Games, we don't know. You should have a website up. You should have a PRO sending out messages to their athletes, congratulating them. Where is that? You need to get a system in place so these things can happen. We're acting like a little Kwashi team. We're not. We are the sprint capital of the world. And we need to make sure that certain things are put in place for our athletes because we are the best in the world when you look at per capita. Make no mistake. Look at how we perform now. And I must congratulate all of our athletes. You did great for Jamaica, land we love. And we love you all.
Well, as the man managing the panel, it's not for me to make any grand speeches. We've heard the solid contributions from the panelists. The only thing I'll say is that we will make a big mistake if we believe that because the bulk of our best performers in Paris were young, and because at their first Olympics they showed so much promise, that it's a matter of course that they return to the Olympic Games and improve from what they did in Paris. There is this feeling I get among people that, oh yeah, the young athletes did so well, and most people go only to one Olympic Games. You have to have something in place to assist those who show the talent and the aptitude. You have to have a system in place to help them to return and to do better than the marker they put down the first time of asking. It will not happen just by itself. It's not a matter of course thing. And that's all I'll say on top of all that you've said. All right? It's time for me to thank a lot of people as we leave here. It's been a marathon. It's been a tough shift. Very early in the morning, 3 a.m. Most of the times I got here, team was here and getting answer because George late. Yeah. I want to thank Raymond Casey Graham. I want to thank Trevor T.C. Campbell. I want to thank Michael Carr. I want to thank Juliet Cuthbert Flynn. I want to thank Wayne Walker, who did an awesome job over there in Paris. Paris Connections, powered by the Sagicor Group, interviewing our athletes and the big stars of world track and field. I want to thank Alex Swaby, the man who's been here every day of the Olympics coverage before everybody else and organizing everything on the production end. I want to thank the team of technical operators led by the manager of that department, Jermaine King, and coming all the way down through Kevin Williams, through Damian Cunningham, through Andrew Anderson, through David McNeish. All of you gentlemen, thank you very much for your contribution. Thanks to Simone Luna and Henry, who organized the things off air to make the presenters comfortable and to ensure that they had a good time working this tough shift. I want to thank the sponsorship and sales department led by Janelle Hughes Headley and her team for the work that they did in ensuring that we could go on air in the first place, that we could pay for the things that we needed to pay for to get the Olympics show on the road. I want to thank our general manager, Joan Forrest Henry. I want to thank every single one of our business development executives. All of you ladies, outstanding job you all did. And I want to thank Sonia Stewart for assisting with the production side and, of course, for taking us down to Montego Bay and ensuring that we were in good order down at Spirits Expression Sports Bar and Lounge at the Harbour City Mall in Montego Bay, St. James yesterday. Thanks to Kareem Boya Things for the shift he pulled early in the coverage. And most of all, thanks to you out there for listening. It's been our pleasure presenting the games of the 33rd Olympiad to you. QB Sigobin came today and he added bite to the last show in the way that only QB can. I want to thank him for his contribution today. And again, thanks to you out there for listening. I remind you, you Nationwide listeners, normal programming resumes on Monday with Nationwide this morning from 6 a.m. with myself and Tana Thomas. So on behalf of the team again, good afternoon.
Nationwide 90 FM has just presented live coverage of the games of the 33rd Olympiad from Paris, the city of love. Our coverage was brought to you by
our diamond sponsors:
KFC, Pizza Hut, Fosrich.
Our gold sponsors:
Sagicor Group, J. Ray and Nephew.
Our silver sponsors:
Supreme Ventures Limited, Digicel, Gatorade.
Our bronze sponsors:
National Road Operating and Constructing Company Limited, Spirits Expressions Sports Lounge, Imperial Optical Jamaica, Rainforest Caribbean, National Commercial Bank, Sunshine Snacks, First Rock Group, Grace Foods, Jamaica Customs Agency,
and our other sponsors:
Multilink, Kiss Baking Company, Hose Assembly and Supplies, Students Loan Bureau, Massey Distribution Limited, Starbucks, Tourism Enhancement Fund, Evergrow, Real Estate Board, Horton's Pharmacy, Petrojam Limited, Wellington Dental, Fontana Pharmacy, Juicy Patties, Maxi Department Store, Road Safety Unit, JTA Cooperative Credit Union, ISP Finance Services, Postage Logistics Group, Royalton Resorts, High-Low Food Stores, Charles O'Connor Consulting Network.
Rainforest, plenty ways.